Okay, hello there, everybody. We're going to be doing this for April 9th through, let's see, April 9th is Friday, 10th is Saturday, 11th is Sunday. So April 9th through the 11th. Okay, April 9th through the 11th. So I tried to set a timer, tried to get everything going. Hi, Liz, how are you doing? But it didn't quite work out. So I'm here doing it this way. Oh, thank you for this thumbs up. I appreciate that. I can never see who does it, but I just appreciate it. All right. Doing good. Doing really good. A little, I always get a little anxious before I do these lives. So my nerves eventually calm down, though. So it's good. It's all good. But let's get some cards going here. Thank you, Liz. I appreciate that. Doing the best I can. So that's all I can ask of me. Ow. You're very sweet, Liz. Thank you. Okay. Hi, Denise. How are you doing? Let's give these cards a nice shuffle. Oh, I love these cards. I'm doing really good. Just coming on here to do some readings for you guys and hopefully have some conversation. April 9th. Almost to the reading part. I'm just getting all my cards shuffled here. This takes me a bit. So Liz and Denise and whoever else is there. If I did my lives from 3 hours ahead of time, so I basically would start when I end. Would you guys be interested in if I did my lives at 8 o'clock Mountain Standard Time to 11? I was thinking of trying some new time frames. That might be a little too late, though, so I'm trying to see. Hello, Samaha. Yeah, Samahar, if you're new here, just subscribe and like, and you get a free question if you subscribe and like. Let's see. I think I've seen you here before, but I'm not positive. Hi, Queen Queen. It would be 8 my time. So, Queen Queen, I will address your question here. I'm just going to do a general reading first, and then I go right back to you guys, okay? So I just do the generals first, and then I take questions. So sit back, get comfortable, and I've got your name on the list here. You are welcome. Hello, Hot Girl Vic. There's a list, but if you're not subscribed, I'm thinking I'm going to do maybe $5 a question if you're not new to the channel. And I feel like I've answered your questions before. But if you want to do the paid reading, I can add you to the list that way. And then paid gets priority. So, okay, let's get started with these generals here. Move that over. Okay. Let's start with these ones here. So pile 1, 2, or 3, guys. Hello, Dua. Hope you're doing good too. All right, we'll just start with pile 1 on this one. Here. Thank you so much, guys. So, Chema, you're a new sub too. So I'll put you guys down on the list here. New subs, you guys get 1 free question asked. I'll draw 1 card for you, and then we can go from there. So new subs get that. Just like and sub to the video, and then sub to my channel if you would not mind. So Chema, let's see. Okay. Thank you so much for the like. Okay, so pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. Let's do so Chema, I'm not sure how you say that name. I do the generals first, and then I go to the readings. So it'll be a little bit, and then I'll get to your guys' questions. But I do up until Sunday first of a general reading, so everyone can get something out of it, and then I do the personal questions. So right now, Chema, you are second on the list. Paid people get priority, but right now you are number 2 on the list. So, okay. Pile 1. So this is going to be for Friday, okay? So for Friday, we get the Thinking Man. Okay, he's looking at that crystal. He's saying what's going on here. Kind of someone who's looking at something, but I almost feel like he's looking at something and maybe he's daydreaming about something else. Goddess of the Moon in reverse. Okay, she's over there. She's holding that moon up. Man, these are some powerful cards. The Empress. And then Justice in reverse. Okay, so these cards right here, these are all about, to me, we're talking about balance. We're talking about nurturing something within us. Goddess of the Moon and the Thinking Man. I feel like there's something here where maybe I'm getting into writing or I'm doing something with the creative part. The thinking is definitely taking kind of the majority of this. Hold on one second. Let me do this real quick. I'll open this window. Some fresh air going in here. Okay, so nurturing something, we could be looking at maybe doing some journaling. That's what I feel here. Trying to focus here. I feel like perception is limited. That was a message that I got. So there could be something that we're dealing with where we don't see the whole picture. So if someone's asking you to take sides on something, but you don't know what it is, but they're pressuring you to take sides, really look at the situation for what it is and don't look at it the way they want you to see it, is going to be the kind of thing that I'm feeling here. So if someone's trying to pressure you, realize that that could be like a manipulation tactic, someone trying to have you make a decision very quickly. Whereas I feel like normally you would be more prone to take your time and to understand things. So that's what I'm feeling here. But let's look at pile 2. Okay, so pile 2, we have Magician in the Mirror. Ooh. Magician in the Mirror, Door to Romance in reverse, Ace of Swords in reverse, and 10 of Cups in reverse. And all of a sudden, I got like a wave of energy, and I started feeling kind of dizzy, kind of nauseous a little bit. Ace of Swords in reverse, 10 of Cups in reverse. We're overthinking a situation towards our emotional fulfillment. That situation could deal with romantic issues, maybe intimacy issues. And the Magician in the Mirror is going after what we want. Maybe we don't know what we want, though, because these other cards are in reverse. So for Friday, we could be going after something that we're told to want, but we may not want it ourselves. But maybe we feel like that will give us a sense of, okay, I got this. To me, this could be looking at trying to start something, or someone who's really wanting to experience the traditional milestones of life, but they're not able to do so. And they feel like because they can't experience those traditional milestones, maybe getting married, or maybe having a certain kind of job, or being in a high paying position, they feel like they don't deserve to have what they have. But I feel like here, it's your life. And I feel like even if it is an impractical life, impractical in quotes, I do feel like this is a life that could be very fulfilling. But there will be people that tell you, oh, you need to do it this way, or you need to do it that way. And you will notice those people, they may have a strong opinion, but they never act on anything they say. They always give the advice, but they don't, they talk the talk, but they don't walk the walk. That's what I'm seeing here. Okay. So let's look at these other ones. All right. Hi, Barksdale. How you doing? Just getting these cards put away here. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. We got all the staples back there. We got Spock, we got Gunter and Peppermint Butler from Adventure Time, and Mr. Meeseeks from Rick and Morty. And then we got a Shaman Medicine Basket here, and then we got this light in the background. I'm doing good. Just getting these readings going here. If you subscribe and like, Barksdale, if you subscribe and like, then I can give you one question. I draw a card, and if you can ask one free question. So I can put you on the list here. You're third in line right now, but paying readings do get priority. So if someone pays between then and now, I jump to there. And I usually do one card for you guys. And if you want to go deeper, then it'll be $5 or $10, depending on how deep you want to go. But the first one's free for new subscribers. Okay. Let's do this attachment. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I saw the like counter go up, so thank you so much. So attachment, healer of the ages, okay? I feel like I had to put emphasis on that one. There's a certain power with that card. 8 of Wands in reverse, Son of Wands in reverse. So we're dealing with a lot of creative or passionate energy. So this is still on Friday. This is still for tomorrow. What I see here is an energy that was once moving quickly in a passion or an endeavor. Maybe we're learning a new skill, or maybe we're trying to do something in school, or we're trying to do something in a career. It seemed like things were progressing very quickly, and then they stopped. And it could be because there could be an Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo individual that could be sabotaging things for us. Kind of like in the background. I could see something like that. Attachment and healer of the ages, though, this is a very important one. So these two right here are very interesting cards. So healer of the ages, we're talking about bringing the shadow side to light. We're talking about bringing illumination to a part of ourselves that hasn't seen the sun, so to speak. We're trying to bring every part of ourselves under our awareness, so making the subconscious conscious. And from there, trying to understand things further. We're not trying to limit ourselves. However, there can be something that happens where we have attachments that get in the way of that. So an attachment in this sense, I mean, you can think of a spiritual attachment, sure. But you can also think of an attachment being like maybe being addicted to something or being stuck with something, or not being able to change your identity about a certain issue. So, for instance, a lot of us will learn new facts about something that we're very strongly opposed to, and then maybe we want to switch sides, and some of us can't do that. So it's kind of like we need to stay neutral so that when we learn something, we can stay in the middle. We're neither too far left or too far right, or we want to be in the middle on things so that we can observe them and become that kind of energy. The observing energy is always the most helpful because it's not leaning towards one bias or the other. So that's what I'm seeing here. So let's move on to Saturday. And you guys pick a card pile. I haven't done them yet, and I'm going to. So 1, 2, or 3, you guys pick the pile. And then whatever gets the most votes, that's the one we go to first. I've got 2 decks that blend together perfectly, almost. But I think I got it. Give me 1 second here, guys. Just making sure I didn't shuffle a card in here. And okay, I think we're good. All right. All right, pile 1, 2, or 3. Most votes is the pile that gets read first. You guys get to pick. And if not, I'll just start with pile 1. So let's do this here. Pile 3 for Denise. Okay. Let's do pile 3. Go. One more shuffle. These ones. There we go. Let's do this here. Okay, this is for Saturday. Let's see what we get. Saturday. One for Samaha. All right. We'll do 3 for now, and then I'll do 1, and then we'll do 2. So the third one's first, so let's do this one over here. Okay, we have carrying connections in reverse. That's normally what it looks like upright. Then we have indecision in reverse. 7 of Cups and an Ace of Swords again in reverse. So 7 of Cups and then Ace of Swords in reverse. So we could be looking at feeling overwhelmed by choice. We could have several different opportunities coming up to us, but we have to use our time wisely. So this could be a time in our life where we're looking at scheduling things a little bit more And because of that, with carrying connections in reverse, some people might not understand that we're getting busier. Some people might be like, well, are you too good for me now? Is something going on that way? So that could be something going on. That could be something ongoing, I should say. The Ace of Swords in reverse is needing to prioritize and needing to make, like I said, this one here, needing to make decisions. Where this is in reverse, though, we're not really making decisions. Maybe we're letting the time run out, because the thing about making a decision is that even if you don't make one, you're still making a decision, right? You're either saying, I want to take the left path, the right path, maybe the middle path, or you're saying, I want to stay right here. Well, even if we don't make a decision, that's still a decision, because we can just choose not to do anything and kind of see what happens. But I feel like that might not be to the betterment of what's going on with you right now. I feel like there could be something where if we're going the left path, we're going the right path. That's better than if we just were to stay still. I feel like we've stayed still for a while, and now it's time to maybe take appropriate action, right? That's kind of the feeling that I'm getting, or kind of the message that I'm getting. I'm also seeing a parrot come in here. So this could mean there's a literal parrot, right? This could mean that someone has a parrot. There's something going on there with that person. If that doesn't resonate, that's okay. That's just for the person listening to understand better. I was seeing a parrot. I feel like there's something here with being, maybe we're doing fashion, maybe we're doing something where we're kind of dressed up, but I do feel like there's something there. Okay, let's move on to the next pile here. Yeah, when I say that, if I get something psychically, it doesn't mean that the reading isn't for the rest of you. It's just kind of an added bonus that I get, so it just sort of helps. I say what I get, so if it makes sense, it makes sense. If it doesn't, maybe it will to someone else later on. So, okay, now we'll do pile 1. Okay, again, we have Door to Romance in reverse, Happy Family, the Fool. Wow, this is crazy. And the Magician. Fool and the Magician. If anyone doesn't know, you're very welcome, Samaha. I appreciate that. If someone doesn't know, these two cards are right next to each other in the tarot. So this is the first major arcana, which is the number 0. So it's like the 0th major arcana. But then we have the first one being the Magician. So getting ready to start something or manifest something in our lives. Maybe we're ready to settle down. Maybe we're ready to quit chasing after things that no longer interest us. I feel like I've stopped playing other people's games, and instead I'm focusing on how to build myself up. So that's a really good thing. The Happy Family is also a good card to have here. It could mean there's a sense of community or a possible actual family around you. Where we have Door to Romance in reverse, though, it could mean that there's a sense of caring and connection that's around us, but not necessarily love interest. And maybe that's what we're looking for. We're looking to start our own family. We're looking for our own sort of happy ending, our own love interest. And so I'm seeing us being able to really see what's going on with us this week. This will be Saturday right here. See what's really going on with us on Saturday and try to understand where we're coming from, especially when we have the Fool card and the Magician card, okay? These two right here are pretty powerful cards. And my hands are burning up. They are on fire. So there's a lot of energy here. There's going to be a lot of a creative expression in some sense, or someone's getting a lot of money. Someone's getting a lot of, maybe someone's getting a lot of attention. The way my hands feel is it's like I'm not afraid to go out there and get what I want to get and be who I want to be. So I feel like we're coming out of a hiding period where maybe we could have been more timid, and now we're starting to step into our own center of power and experience exactly what that feels like. So to me, really good cards right here, really good energy. Just like I said, there's probably not necessarily the love interest coming in quite yet. Doesn't mean it won't, but it just means right now we're sort of focusing more on allowing things to happen naturally. We're not forcing anything. And if it's romantic, great. But if it's not romantic, we're not trying to make it romantic. We're just being in the flow. That's what I'm feeling here. And possibly in the public eye in some way. Okay. I take the cards and shuffle them in the deck. So they're not all next to each other, so it's not the same exact reading every time, because I was having that happen. Not the same exact one, but I just separate them up. It's easier for me. Okay, last one for Saturday, then we're on Sunday, and then we go to the questions. Okay, and paid readings do get priority, so if you pay now, I'll read you first after we do this. If not, then whoever else is in line. Okay, deceit in reverse. Journey in reverse. Daughter of Swords, and my wrist started hurting really bad. Okay, and then we have Nine of Cups. So this could be us. This could be us healing from a situation. Okay, look at the Nine of Cups. Hi, Rada. How you doing? Look at how happy this guy is. He is just happy. He's like, man, I got all these cups. I'm so happy. Because each one of these alone would retail for $300. So he's feeling pretty happy about his little gong, his little bowl collection. Some nice brass bowls. But then we have the Daughter of Swords here. So we're looking at coming into a situation. Maybe something's happened that I am doing great. I'm doing great. I had to read what that said and let my mind process it for a second. I'm doing good, though. I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. So possibly receiving something in terms of news. Maybe there could be a pregnancy. There could be something to do with, I keep hearing broadcast and television, and the last one I had, I felt like I was in the spotlight doing something, so I don't know if that pertains to anybody. That's what I was feeling. Daughter of Swords, though, there could be someone inexperienced in our lives that's an air sign. Maybe they act like they have all the answers, but they don't. I don't feel like they're necessarily negative, but I do feel like there's a tendency for this person to put on a show of confidence that maybe they don't have. So Libra, Aquarius, or Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini is what I'm feeling there. Deceit in reverse. I feel like this person may seem like their intentions aren't good. I don't feel like they're bad, but I do feel like maybe they're hiding something. It's just not what you think. And I don't feel like it's necessarily directed towards you or to hurt you in any way. The journey, though, here, maybe we were going to move and we decided not to. Journey in reverse. Or maybe there was an obstacle and we finally got over it, so now we're staying into a certain situation, maybe that we thought we wouldn't stay in. But I feel like this is good right here. I do feel like there's something with Santa, or the word Santa. Maybe that's a place where you live. I know there's places in California. I know there's other places where, but I feel like there's something where I feel like I'm getting sun. I feel like I'm out. I feel like I'm doing something really good and positive for myself. And I'm trying to lift myself up through means that are, how would you put that? Free. Through means that are free. I feel like I'm just trying to lift myself up. I'm trying to enjoy life for what it is and not trying to look for the parts that bring me down, but rather things that could help lift me up. Okay, let's do Sunday here. All righty, let's shuffle these here. Yeah, so everyone, I'm thinking of streaming from 8 o'clock to 11 Mountain Standard Time. So I would be starting by the time I usually end my readings. I would be starting, and then I would go till 11. So it would be from 8 to 11 Mountain Standard Time. And I'm wondering if that works for you guys. I would do it 3 times a week instead of 2. I've been good, Rada. How you been? Okay. How you been? Okay, I thought that was, for some reason I was thinking that's how about you, which is the same thing. How you been? How about you? That makes sense. Okay. Yeah, so 8 p.m. MST to 11 p.m. MST. I feel like that would be a good time. And it would be 3 days a week. It'd be Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And, I mean, we'll experiment with it and see, but that's what I'm thinking of doing next week. Okay, let's see here. Oh. Okay. Let's do another one here. Crispy cards. Come on. Give that crisp. Oh, almost. I want to get a good crispy shuffle. There we go. All right, let's move on to these ones, these energy cards. All right, one more shuffle. Okay, guys, pile 1, 2, or 3. Let's see, so I'll lay one of these down. 3 for Rada. And let's see, let's do... I'll do 2 of these ones. All right, we'll read 3 first. 3 and then 2. Okay. 3 and then 2 and then 1. Let's do this. Okay, so this is for Sunday. Rest and rejuvenation. 8 of Wands in reverse. The Sun card. And again, 10 of Cups in reverse. So this energy has been, I think this is the second or third time the same energy has popped up. So things were moving really well, then they stopped moving for us, especially when we get 10 or 8 of Wands in reverse. And then we have the Sun card. Things are going really well. Things are moving along. Things are going great. There's an obstacle now. There's something in the way where things have stopped kind of moving for us. I still feel like the situation's good because we have the Sun card, but I feel like we're worrying ourselves because I get the 10 of Cups in reverse. So we're worrying ourselves over a problem or over an emotional situation that literally, whether we worry about it or not, doesn't do anything. But it's easier said than done to stop worrying. But I feel like we're kind of brooding over a problem or a situation that even if we think about it, we can't do anything about it because it kind of has a power that we can't quite get into. But that's what I'm feeling here. So, okay, good, Denise, good. Okay, so, and again, energy in the hands. And so we're looking at someone who is starting to make purposeful steps, which I feel like that's what I was doing. I was making steps. I had a purpose. I had a plan. And then it kind of phased out. Okay. And so here we go. I think some of you guys must be a little behind on the recording. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how that works. It's a giant thing of water. Ooh. All right, so let's do 2, and then let's do 1. 4th chakra, Archangel Raphael. In reverse. See if that focuses. There we go. Father of Swords. In reverse. The High Priestess in reverse. And the Knight of Wands in reverse. Okay, so here is something that I'm thinking. This one's pretty specific, but when I see the High Priestess in reverse, we're ignoring intuition. There could be someone in our life who could be kind of a toxic air sign or someone who's very, very cold. So it could be Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. There could also be another person who maybe could be helping us through the situation, not quite in the correct way, but I feel like they're trying to do their best because I get the Knight of Wands card. So there could be a fire sign individual or someone who has strong fire sign traits. So Sagittarius, Aries, or give me a minute here. Leo. I always forget one of the fire signs. But that's what I'm seeing here. I feel like people are trying to help us. They don't know what to do. We don't know what to do. But I feel like there's some creative energy coming in. Oh, okay. See, and that's the thing. These toxic Libras, this is kind of it's kind of a tricky situation. So, but this here is, I feel like we're not listening to our intuition, maybe about this person, or maybe about this situation, because that's definitely what I'm seeing here. Is that we could be ignoring some sort of situation that's going on with us. Um, I felt like my hair was up in curlers, so I feel like I'm getting this energy of like getting ready to go to do something um, with this person and probably dreading it. Like I'm getting ready for an event, but I don't want to go, but I'm kind of like forcing a situation. I feel like I'm getting ready, don't want to do it. Um, so remember to stand your ground if that's something you can do, because this to me feels like an energy that kind of pushes people around, you know? All right, let's move on to these other ones here, or this last one, and then we will take the questions. So paid gets priority, guys, like I've been saying. Okay. All right. Here's the last one. And again, we get the Healer of Ages. We get the Fool card in reverse. The Queen of Coins in reverse. Normally it looks like that. And then we get the Star card. Let's do that. Let's cover my face, then it focuses. There we go. Hello, Johnny13. How are you doing? So when I see these cards here, Queen of Coins in reverse, the Fool, Healer of the Ages, the Star card, I feel like we're hoping for a new financial start, but maybe this is difficult for us to imagine or achieve. So we're trying to heal ways of being that are not doing anything for us, right? Possibly we're trying to heal the way we think about money, the way we think about situations in general that have to do with more of a physical reality. So we could be healing communication issues. We could be working on building up our communication skills, but I feel like we're shooting for the stars. Okay, there could be an Aquarius individual helping us, or we can see this card as just being a hopeful card. We're trying to start something new. We're trying to work on the things that are hard for us to work on, but we're doing it. We're proceeding anyway. So, Queen of Coins in reverse, the only thing I feel like that's really getting to us is the lack of money or the lack of a financial support system. So, I feel like we're doing okay. Maybe we're wanting to go into psychology, or maybe we're wanting to do something. Hi, Johnny13. So, I did a card for you the last time. If you want to do another card, we could do about $5 for the card. The new subs, I give you guys one card, and then after that, if you want a question, I can go into a lot more detail, and I won't just draw one card. So for $5, we're talking about 5 minutes that we could talk about what's going on, draw a few cards that way. Okay. I don't want to come across as a hard ass or anything. I'm just letting you guys know. But that's what I'm seeing here for these cards. So, okay. You guys know payment gets priority. Right now, no one is on the payment side. So, Queen, if you're there, and then Samaha, I can't remember if you were a new subscriber or not. But Queen, if you are still there, you can ask your question. Okay. Okay, you're new too, Samaha. Did you subscribe last time, but I didn't get to your question? I can't remember. Future spouse. Okay. All right, we'll go with, I'll do, because I don't remember answering your question. Oh, thank you, Rada. Lyra Ray, thank you so much. I will put you on the list. Right now, I'm doing a paid reading. Rada went for a paid reading, so give me just a second here. But you can pay next and be up on the first of the list, or you can wait because you subbed. I can do one free card for you, and I'll read that as deeply as I can. Lyra Ray. Okay. All right, Rada. So I'll go to you, and then we'll address the other cards here. So you're very welcome. So Rada, and then we're going to do Queen, and then we're going to do Samir, because I don't remember answering your question. If that happened. Okay. And then Rada's first. So paid for Rada. Okay. Let's see what we can get for you, Rada. Okay. So, what energies are surrounding me and my Virgo? Okay. Actually, let's use the Oracle cards. Hi, Haley. If you want to do a donation, the 5 or the 10, we can do that. Right now, I'm doing another paid reading. So if you want to ask a question, you can do it that way, or you can go to my site and we can do a little reading that way too. But thank you for coming back, Haley. You've been one of my regulars. So yeah, let's use the actual energy cards for you, Rada, and see what we can get. I'm seeing that. And I remember you told me you were an Earth sign last time. I think I remember that. Let's see what we can do here. Okay, so here's what I'm seeing for you. Your moon and rising are in Libra. Well, see, your earth and your wind, and that's all I am in all of my charts. Little bit Pisces, no fire, nothing like that. Just air and wind, or air and earth. Anyway, so for Rada, here's what I get. I get storm warning, okay? Then I get patience. Then I get door to spirit. So right now, I feel like you and this Virgo person could be going through some sort of, not necessarily a transformation, but I feel like the energies here are talking about kind of getting prepared for something. I don't know if it's going to happen, but I feel like there could be an event that happens here. And when I see door to spirit, I feel like we're trying to listen more to the subtle signs of what's happening. And I feel like we can find the answers to life's questions in these subtle signs, like asking something in our minds and then maybe getting an answer through a sign or through a symbol is kind of what I'm seeing here. But the storm warning part to me is foretelling that there could be like a rough patch coming up, or there could be maybe where communication is difficult. I could see that. But then I get the patience card right here, which to me is saying that if we're patient through this process, we could actually do that. Denise, only an air and earth too. See, that's how it is. That's just how it is sometimes. So the patience, right? That's the important part. You're in a rough patch now, so that makes sense. So that was the storm warning. The patience, the door to spirit. I feel like I could take this time to understand. I heard the collective, to understand the collective. I could see what I could get, but I feel like that would be kind of a might be a little too much for me. I could see what I could get, but I'm not going to be able to tell you what the furniture smells like and stuff like that, if that's what you're asking. But the patience here is showing that if we're still and we collect ourselves, we might be able to see what exactly is going on. Been together for 5 years. Okay. This is what I'm wondering about, Radha, though, because we get the Door to Spirit card with this. So maybe we're turning to spiritual things to try and understand what's going on, or maybe we're trying to circumvent, or we're trying to... I feel like we're trying to understand our world the best way we can, but this person, I feel like, is being much more staunch and stubborn. I feel like we're trying to understand ourselves, we're trying to grow ourselves, but this person, I feel like there's some stubbornness here, or a lack of communication. I don't know if I can get that much in depth. I'm going to be honest with you. I wouldn't want you to pay for a question and then me not. I don't want you to pay for me to just guess. I mean, if you want to pay me to guess, we can start another channel and kind of see how far that goes. But I have a feeling it's not going to do it nearly as well. Let's draw another card here. Let me look. Let's draw another card here. Hi, Kiru. How are you doing? Hi, King and Pharaoh. If you guys are new here, sub and like, and then I put you on the list and you get one card question reading. I'm doing very well. Thank you very much. I am doing very well. Just giving a reading for Radha here and seeing what we can find out. What energies are surrounding Virgo, and yes, what energies? Thank you very much, Pharaoh. I'll put you down on the list too. That makes sense. That makes awesome. Okay, hold on. Okay, you're fifth in line, and then paid readings do get priority, so that is how we roll here. But I usually get to the subscribers. I usually get to the subscriber questions, no problem. Okay, so Radha, we get Door to Romance in reverse. My sessions? You mean the energy sessions we used to do? Well, Haley, you're very sweet, and I appreciate the compliment. That's very nice of you to say that. Oh, well, I'm going to be doing more of them. I'm going to be doing 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time to 11 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So I'm just going to be moving it up 3 hours. I'm going to be doing these 3 times a week instead of 2. So hopefully that works for people, where it's going to be later. Oh, that seems like a good sign then. Yeah, so I get the Door to Romance, Radha. I get the Door to Romance in reverse. And obviously there hasn't been connection that way. I heard the word conniption, so maybe someone is... Maybe there's even some vindictiveness here. I'm not really sure. But I feel like this card here is sort of showing what we're doing. Oh, okay. I like updates where I'm right. So that sounds fun. So the Patience card, Radha, I feel like really is you trying to sit in your sense of power and trying not to give that away. I do feel like, though, there could be a sense of being taken for granted, being led astray in a sense where things were flowing, there was that stop. Let's see. And then I get appreciation in reverse, which again is the energy that I'm getting from this person. So it must have been a pretty good fight, because it doesn't mean they don't appreciate you necessarily, but it means right now in the moment, the energy connection feels more congested. I feel like it's harder for me to connect with someone because there's these preconceived notions or these biases that a person wants to think a certain way about you, even though they could be projecting their own psychological issues onto you in the moment. That's something I could feel. Because where I see door to spirit here, he gets lazy. Yes. Okay, that could be it right there. And the door to spirit could literally be just you trying to help somebody with an issue and then them not wanting to maybe take the help. I kind of feel like I'm casting a fishing line out and I'm waiting for a fish to bite. But in this case, instead of catching and killing the fish, I would take the fish and I would love it and it would be in a good place. But I don't feel like this person kind of wants to be looked after, if that makes sense. So that's what I'm seeing here. I just feel like it's stubborn energy. And the best thing I feel like, Radha, that you could do in this situation, the way these cards are looking, is to just let things kind of take their course and sort of remove yourself from the equation if you need to, for as long as you need to, and see what happens after that, because that's what I'm feeling would be the best thing. I feel like there's times where we need to be active and we need to try to explain ourselves, but I feel like, right, be patient. This one, I feel like the best thing to do is to just let things run their course, because if we try to force anything, it's just going to hurt the situation. So that's what I'm feeling here would be the best course of action, is kind of non-action, or rather keep improving yourself, keep learning about things, look into love, look into how this works with everything. And when you do that, it's going to make it so that it's much easier for us to feel that appreciation and that sense of wanting to be in a relationship. So being patient would be the main goal that I'm seeing here, for sure. Speaking of which, you guys will have to be patient while I take another drink from my giant watering container. My captors only give me one of these a day, so I got to be careful how much I drink, but you know, it's going good so far. They're nice people. Okay. Go for it, Kiru. Let me know what's going on. I'll be shuffling these cards here, and then so yeah, that generally happens. There's a dynamic that there's kind of this dynamic, and I feel like it's in a lot of countries, not just the United States, but there's a dynamic where the woman is more active and goes out there and has more of an emotional understanding, and the man is much more reserved. And so there's this dynamic of when you get in a relationship. Oh, thank you, Liz. Thank you very much. Okay, your question will be coming right up. So do you want to give me your question, Liz? Thank you so much for the donation. I really, really appreciate that. Okay. That was stuck to my hand. But there's this dynamic. There's this social dynamic of like the man doesn't express themselves enough. So the woman, being an empath usually, will start to express the man's emotions for him. And what that looks like is the woman can be in a way where there can be like a manic sense of expression because the woman is trying to express emotions that are not hers. And then the guy looks at that like, what are you doing? But really what she's doing is subconsciously she's expressing your emotions that you can't express yourself. And because they're not your emotions to express, it can come out like that. But that's something where there tends to be a closed off kind of energy. Oh, okay. Well, I'm sorry that didn't work out for you. And well, explain, if you want to explain it a little more, go for it, and then I'll read it. I'm just going to do this for Liz here. So let me take. So Liz is wondering about a job situation. That can be hard if you're very intense people. That can be difficult. If you're always very intense, they say the flame that burns hot and bright does not burn for long. So there can be a little bit of a burnout. There can be a little bit of a collapsing in on oneself kind of a thing is what I feel. I felt like kind of an ashy collapse of energy. Okay, so Liz, let's look at the job situation here. And Radha, thank you for the donation. Just give it time. Give it time and kind of see what happens. A lot of these situations, we can be involved with people and we want to, like Radha was saying, you want to shake, you're a mover, you're a shaker. If energy gets too restrictive, some people like to shake things up. Some people like to be like, well, then let's just address this, And other people, they don't like that it has to be addressed, but they also would never address it themselves. And so, the woman in that situation, I feel like, and it's more women, I feel like, because women have an emotional intuition about things. They know when it's uncomfortable. They know when something feels stale or when it's not working. And so that's kind of what I'm thinking is going on there. Okay, Liz, job situation. Okay. Yeah, that's something, the teacher part, when you're learning anything from anyone, the teacher can be the main reason why I feel like we either get a lot out of the class or we don't. The material can be great, but depending on how the teacher works with us or how they deliver things. I've worked with mediums in the past and they didn't have that level of empathy and connection when I've been talking with them and stuff. And so I just said, you know what, I don't like your vibe. I didn't say it to them. I just kind of distanced myself from them. They can do their thing, I can do mine, but I don't want to be a part of their classes because it's not for me. And that can just happen sometimes. So Liz, here's what I got for you. So we have man holding a coin in reverse. Then we have the thinking woman in reverse. Then we have man holding a heart in reverse. Then we have the temple path in reverse. Then we have door to personal healing and happiness in reverse. So I feel like there could be a situation here where maybe we are, it could be that we're waiting for something very specific to come in, and maybe that won't happen. Not necessarily a specific thing this month. When I look at all these cards, I feel like I'm holding back. I feel like part of me is holding back from expecting anything, but another part of me is really wanting to succeed and to get a job and to get out there. But part of me is really holding back on trying to grasp at something because I feel like maybe we'll fall short. I feel like maybe if we try, there could be a sense of like, I shouldn't have done that. But I view this as like trying to find a job, trying to get out there. And then even if it doesn't work out the exact way you want to, at least I'm trying. At least I'm making steps and I'm moving in the right direction. But there's something here where it feels like there can be a little bit of difficulty, Liz, if I'm being completely frank and honest here. So let me draw another card here. To me, how I'm reading this, Liz, is it's not your energy necessarily, but there's like an environmental energy. There's something blocking us. I feel like there's something blocking us from seeing the full picture here. So I'm going to look more into that. It doesn't feel like it's your energy, but it does feel like I feel my choices are limited, or I feel like maybe I'm being rushed into something. I'm not sure. But it feels like something isn't quite right. The environment feels a little bit off. And then I get hostilities in reverse. So that's not too bad of one right there. I feel like this will be a time where we're going to be looking. We're probably going to be getting disappointed. I don't feel like it'll come super easy for us, but I do feel like there can be something there. When I see man holding a coin in reverse and man holding a heart in reverse, It could be that maybe we're not earning as much as we thought we would from the job. Maybe there could be like we're hired, but then we find out that what we thought was going to be our pay is actually maybe something off to the side that we didn't see, or maybe there's an unexpected expense that comes with this job. Maybe the commute is difficult, or something is going on that way. But it just feels like it's more of an environment thing. So that's what I'm feeling. I keep feeling environment. Let me shuffle these again here. We keep looking. Do you have another question here? You donated a little bit more than most people do, Liz, so I can go a little bit deeper here. Do you have another question? Okay. See, and then at the end, I get woman holding a coin upright. So things won't work out necessarily the way you planned, but things will work out. I feel like it could be a month to a month and a half. Okay. I'll just go a little bit deeper here then. I feel like it could be a month to a month and a half, and I feel like I'm chainsawing through something, not necessarily working with a chainsaw, but I feel like I'm getting through things that need to happen, but it's going to take me a little bit of time to actually be able to cut through the shrubbery. So that's what I feel like I'm doing. I feel like I'm in a jungle, and I feel like I'm clearing a path for myself, but every step I take, I have to like clear a path. So it feels like it's difficult for me to start on this journey, but once the path has been cleared, yeah, this isn't bad at all. It's just, it feels to me like we're starting something new. So there's going to be a lot of learning, there's going to be a lot of growing, and there's going to be a lot of not necessarily knowing what we're doing and questioning ourselves. Am I doing this right? Am I doing it this way? Can I do it better? And the best advice I can give you is that you can do it as well as you can until you learn a better way, and then you do it better from then on. Go out, make mistakes, go out, live life, and then come back. If you can do something better, if you feel like you have an idea to do something better, do it. And then have that be the way that you grow and you change and you evolve. Because that's what I'm feeling is going to be the most important for this kind of energy. So not bad, just having to work through. Good. Okay. So you are very welcome, Liz. If someone else has another paid reading they want to do, we can jump into that, or I can do the one card readings. You're very welcome, Liz. Very, very welcome. Okay, let's do this here. Okay. Let's go on here. There we go. And you guys, please like and subscribe if you have not subscribed. And that's when you get your free question here. So, Queen, your question. And if you're not, I'll give you about a minute. If you're not here, then we'll get another person down the list here. Seeing something here real quick. Okay. All right. So, Samara, you're up there just a second ago. Where are you? Samaha Jakir. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Are you there? And if you are, I know you've asked your question a few times. Type it one more time. Unless someone comes in with a paid reading, you are next. So. The reason I'm giving people about a minute to respond is I think my video is slower for some people, so that's why I give a little bit more time for people to respond in case they're behind by a minute or so. You will be next, Chima, if nobody else speaks up. All right. Do you want to ask your question, Chima? I'm thinking we can do that. You're down 2 more after Chima, Lyra. You're a little bit further down the list. I have everyone's names on here, so don't you worry. I'm keeping track. Yeah, Chima, you're up. If you're typing your question, I'm waiting for that, and then I will draw 1 card for you. And then if you're liking the vibe of it, you can do $5 more, and we can continue, but I can get some information from 1 card. So, hi, Junior Mint. How you doing? Okay, I'm going to say this right now so that everyone can be caught up. You guys, if you are not, this is probably going back in time. So if you guys are behind a little bit on the stream, please make sure to catch up to it. Right now, I'm asking someone a question, and it's a very late time getting a response. So please, if you guys are watching this, stay up to date if I'm doing your questions, so that way I can address it. I can say, hey, is so-and-so here? And you guys are caught up so that we're not 3 minutes or 4 minutes in the past. So that's good, Junior Mint. It's good to get out of the house. It's also good to go right back in. So I take the Garfield approach to life, and that seems to work sometimes, but it is good to get out. Okay. Jatuan. If I'm saying that right. Jatuan. I'm serious, guys. You try and be a Taurus snake. It's difficult. Oh, it's hard. It's very difficult. Very they say you're the most like if you're a Taurus snake, you have like a magnetism, right? That's what they say. But if you're a Taurus snake that's lazy, that can be difficult. And sometimes that is me. I get very lazy sometimes. Okay. Yes, Lyra, I am a Taurus snake. I probably should have started that. I think I've said it on here before. I'm a Taurus snake. So, Lyra, it's your turn. If you want to go up, you go up. Ask your question, and then I'll draw 1 card on it. We'll see what we can do, okay? Oh, thank you, Kiru. I'll read that email after everything. Thank you for sending it, though. I appreciate that. I want to know how you guys are doing. This isn't just me doing readings, and then you guys go on your merry way. If you guys need to update me, tell me what's going on. Maybe if we can help do something that way. Okay. Let's see. Will your life improve? Let's look for you, Lyra, and see what we can find. Okay. Okay, let's see what we get. So, Lyra, right here, I get the Angel of Love in reverse. Okay, so this to me is feeling like a sense of, I feel like there's a deep sadness here. Obviously, something that needs to be expressed through you, and I feel like you're doing your best to try and express it. Um, I think so. Do this one here. Yeah, I can see this. It's a dark place. And I feel like love is something that we're trying to focus on during this, or possibly hope. When I see the angel of love in reverse here, I'm feeling like there's a sense of maybe feeling abandoned or feeling forgotten. But I do feel like that sense of love is still there. It's just in a different form now. And these can be dark times regardless. But what I'm feeling is that there's a sense of peace being something that I feel like will come down to you here in a little while. I'm feeling a sense of I've got this, or we've got you. There's a connection here. Um, I'm trying to see if I can get any more information here, so give me a minute. Thank you, Kira. I feel like I was getting an H name, but I'm not sure. There's something with an H. I feel like there's a strong connection here, and it feels more of a paternal father, grandfather energy, maybe an uncle. I'm not sure, but I feel like there's a connection here, and I feel like there's strength in this connection. That's something that I'm feeling. I just feel like it's changed shape or it's changed form. Things kind of happened in a way that were very unexpected, but I do feel like the love is still there, the connection is still there. It's just maybe it feels much more distant now. Let me see what else I can get here. Hi, Albert Draper. Just like and subscribe on the video. Like the video and then subscribe, and I can put you on the list, okay? But Lyra, so far, does any of that make sense? H is my grandfather. Okay, so that's what I was feeling there. So there is a sense of connection, is what I'm feeling here. Um, Something that is holding the grounding energy down, or holding the energy down. I feel like it's a grounding presence. So I feel like this energy is helping us to kind of stay in our body, maybe process this. Kind of allows us to focus on it and process it, even though it feels like a lot. I feel like there's something there. So that's what I'm feeling. Um, see if I can get anything else here, because these one card readings, I don't want them. It's not. I don't want it to be a short thing, especially when we're dealing with something like this. I really want to make sure we kind of touch on stuff here. So, um, right, I understand that, and I'm sorry you're not in a good place. Everybody, if you feel like you can, please have some thoughts and prayers go out to Lyra here to help her through this difficult time. And I'm sorry this is going on. I'm going to see if I can get some more information here. Um, just know you're not alone. The energy is there still. It's just in a different form. We might not be able to physically see it, but I do feel like sometimes we can sense it, and sometimes we can almost touch that sense there. But just know you're not alone, okay? And I'm sorry for your losses that you've had to go through. Um, hmm. Thank you guys for doing that. Thank you. Kiru, thank you for sending love and light. Um, the only thing I could get more than this was just connection. And if I tie it all together, the way this spirit's coming through, is that they're just saying, be patient in this process. Realize that you are not alone. I feel like that is the kind of the cardinal message here, the main message. You're not alone, and things will work out. Just give it time and be patient with yourself. Okay. Thank you guys for showing support. Thank you. I really appreciate that. That's what we need in this community. We build up each other, we go around each other. That's what we need. Okay? You never know what someone's going through or what's going on in someone's life or in their mind. So it's always important to be kind, even more so. You're very welcome, Lyra. Okay, King Pharaoh, are you there? Yeah. Come here, let's show him. Come here. Come here. Oh. I can't reach her. Okay, King Pharaoh, ask your question. Will you move to Dallas in the next 2 months? Okay, so let's do this. So this is more of a psychic reading. Sometimes I can draw cards and get information. I'll try and do this a little more psychically. King Pharaoh. Okay, so let's do this here. Let's see what I can get. Will you move to Dallas in the next 2 months? I was getting the name Cynthia or a C name that was coming in. It was like Cynthia or Sinbad, Cynthia, something with an S or a C sound. Or maybe something with soup or food. This is interesting. I'm just getting what I'm giving. And sometimes I'm hitting, sometimes I'm not. But I do feel there's something there. I keep getting names. Creating something, making something. Okay, sorry, I'm mumbling, guys. I'm just thinking here. Or trying to intuit. Okay. Is she one of the reasons why you would be looking to move? Is there a reason why we're looking to move? Because that name popped up and it was like an S or a C name. I feel like there's other stuff that needs to be done first. I was feeling like there was a balloon that was ready to pop, but something needs to pop it. So is there something you need to do first before you move? Like maybe there's an obstacle that we need to do. The first move was because of her. Okay. So what you're looking to move again, what is stopping us from moving? I feel like there's something stopping us, but I don't necessarily think it could be a very big obstacle. It feels like it was a big round. I was looking at a big round grape like balloon, and just the tiniest needle prick would pop it. I feel like there's something blocking us though from connecting with this movement energy. Let me do this here. Makes sense. Okay. So I feel like it could happen in the next 2 months. The obstacle doesn't feel overwhelmingly huge, but like you said, saving money, getting stuff together, that to me could be what it takes. So you could be having 2 months there. It feels like I'm close to being able to get something done, but I feel like there's still tension. There's still, you know how a bubble or a balloon has that surface tension and then inside there's the liquid? I feel like before that liquid comes out, we have to go in that. That makes sense too. Okay. Getting ready for the child support thing. So that could be something. I feel like there could be a little bit of something going on there. Let's see. Why? So King and Pharaoh, I'm growing as a psychic medium. I'm trying to learn things. With you, I keep feeling like I'm getting food items. Oh boy. Those cops are going nuts out there. I don't know if you guys can hear that. But I feel like I'm getting food. Do you work in the food industry or do you do anything with food? If it's a no, that's perfectly okay. I just asked because I keep getting food items, so I just thought I would ask. Oh, thinking of a food truck business. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. That's why I kept seeing. Okay, so that's kind of going around in the aura for you, in your aura. So your thought field, right? There's kind of that energy going on. It's a lot. It's a lot here that I keep hearing and I keep seeing. So my mind keeps going and I'm kind of jumbled a little bit when I'm thinking. So I feel like there's a lot of stress regarding this move, or there's a lot of stress regarding this kind of part in our life where I'm feeling like we're trying to make everything just so, and we're trying not to leave anything behind, right? But I think you have this. There could be just a tendency to overthink. I feel like there's stress and anxiety here, so there could just be a tendency to overthink. I do feel like it will be okay. Trust yourself in the process of moving, and I think things will go pretty well for you. That's what I'm feeling. And the 2 months I feel like could definitely happen. So just give yourself time and let yourself collect enough money and go from there. You are very welcome, King and Pharaoh, and hopefully you stick around after this one, after these live readings. And if you want a more personal reading, you can go to my website and you can look at that, or you can pay a little more for this one. We can do that. So if anyone's wanting to pay for a reading, you guys can do that right now. We can go into something, or if not, we can just kind of be here, and if we get new subs coming in, then we'll address those questions. So we're caught up on the list. All right. Let's see what else we can do here, though. Okay. Yes, absolutely. Prayers and hugs and light. Absolutely, Rhoda. Yeah, we could. We could do a grounding exercise. All right, Jesse Cartier. If you want, like and subscribe, and then I will draw one card for you. And I'll try and get as much information as I can from that one card. So like and subscribe, and I can go right ahead and do that for you. Okay. You came right in. You came just in at the right time, Jesse, because you are up next on the list. So let's do this, and then we're going to go for that grounding exercise after. But let's see what we can get for Jesse. And Jesse, if you want to go a little bit deeper, if you feel like this free part of the reading resonates with you, then we can go a little bit deeper for $5. So I'm just letting you know, but let's do this free part first. All righty. Are you doing any questions? I'd like to know how it feels about. So we get the 5 of Cups in reverse. So this to me, I feel like we could be healing from an argument, or something could have happened where either you or this person was around an energy that kind of depleted them emotionally. So I feel like the relationship right now is kind of a little more stressed, is what I'm feeling. Because I see this, so I feel like we're going into someone who's coming out of an emotional place and they don't know what to do yet. Maybe they're trying to handle their emotions the best way they can, but I feel like there's a sense of this to me could be there was an argument or there was something like a disagreement, is what I could feel from this card. So I feel like something's happening, but I feel like it's on the mend. I don't feel like it's meant to stay this way. Kind of a strained feeling is what I'm feeling. But that's kind of, let's see. So for Jesse, let me write your name. And let me. I feel like a strong, there's like a V name that's coming in. That's something that I feel, a V name. Mm. And then I'm hearing, for Jesse, I'm hearing, you're right, you're right. I am wondering if there was something that happened, Jesse, where we're focusing more on, was there an argument? I'm just curious. And then I feel like we're meeting in the middle. That's something I feel like would be helpful. Someone who could see your point of view, look at their point of view, and then meet in the middle, or some sort of connection is what I'm feeling. Meet in the middle, see things through a, what do you call that? Compromise. He did seem a bit annoyed. Okay. So I get a feeling of someone who maybe just needs this time right now to do their thing. I don't feel it's a, I don't feel it's necessarily bad or anything. I don't get that sense of energy. It just feels to me that there's something where this person needs a bit of their space or a bit of their time to focus on things. I feel like something stressful happened and maybe they're not someone who wants to talk about it necessarily. So I feel like they need their time to focus on the day. Okay. And are you doing anything, Jesse, where I feel like we're focusing on, I don't know if there's classes or if there's schooling going on, but I feel like I'm in a place of learning, or I'm in a place of trying to understand um, either learning or reading, or I'm doing something where I'm maybe something with paperwork, I'm not sure. But just give him his space. I don't feel like he hates you or anything like that. I just feel like this person doesn't know how to express themselves in the appropriate way, and that makes it kind of hard to connect with this person. Because I feel like there's a wall. Things kind of have to be in a perfect sense for this person to let go. So that's what I'm feeling. But yeah, so thank you again for the like and the subscribe, and hopefully that resonated. Just give it some time, is what I would say. Okay, so um, I will be right back. You're very welcome, Jesse. You're very, very welcome. Okay, so I'm going to come right back, you guys. But if you guys have a question, anyone new, just like and subscribe, and then I can get to your question. If not, we're going to go into a grounding exercise. So you guys stay tuned, and we'll get that going. So I will be right back. Okay, so we're going to do a grounding exercise. So everyone put on their giant grounding pants and let's do this. Can you imagine there was like clothing for it? Anyway, let's do this. Okay, so let me go like this. Do this here. Let's move this out of the way. Okay, so yeah, okay, we're going to do some grounding exercises. So the very first thing I want you to do is the main part when we're focusing on grounding is we're trying to learn what it feels like to be in our body. When we ground, we can do it in kind of a forceful way where it's kind of like we're snapped into our body, or we can do it in a gentle way where we bring attention to our own selves, right? So best thing for us to do is to focus on the now, to focus on the moment. So whether that's listening to me or whether that's feeling the way your fingertips feel when they touch each other, or feeling the atmosphere of the room, if it's hot or if it's cold, trying to be in the moment instead of escaping reality or looking down at our phones, which is what you're doing when you're watching this, but let's disregard that part. So the best thing that we can do is to be in the moment, and that's through breathing. So when we're focusing on that, I'm actually going to sit down for this part, and then I'll stand up. So when we're focusing on the breath, right, that's what brings us into each and every moment and what centers us into reality, right? So when we focus, it allows us to take those steps forward. So let's try this here. So we're going to breathe in for a count of 4. Then we're going to hold our breath for 4 seconds. And then we're going to breathe out for 4 seconds. Okay, so breathe in. We go. I can't count and breathe in at the same time. Maybe I can. No, I can't do that. Okay, so we're going to breathe in. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to hold our breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is going to help us get into our bodies. Okay, that's kind of the main thing of a grounding exercise. All right, so close your eyes. Itch your eyes if you're like me. Just itch those eyes. And then breathe in and out, like I said, on the count of 4. So okay, then we're going to do that again. Okay, breathe in again. Breathe in again. We're going to keep doing this, okay? Okay. Now you guys can keep doing that. Keep breathing in and out. Just allow yourselves to feel the intention that we're setting is that we're grounding ourselves. And what that intention looks like is that every time we're doing the breath and we're holding that in, imagine yourself from your foot, you have these thick, fat roots, these really big, thick, fat roots that come out of your foot, and they just go straight into the earth. And as they're going into the earth, they get bigger and bigger. They're absorbing nutrients from the earth, from the soil that's there. They're absorbing all of the material there. And Gaia, Mother Earth, likes to take that energy and it likes to make it into anything that it can. So we're taking all of the stress of the day, we're putting it down into those roots, and we're sending it into the earth with love. And that actually becomes kind of a something beneficial for the earth because it can transmute that energy and change it. So let's do the breathing again, and let's visualize when we breathe in, We're dropping our roots down into the earth. When we hold, we've made contact with the earth's core a little bit, like we're really absorbing the nutrients. And when we breathe out, we're sort of contracting the roots back up again. In my opinion, it's important to have this kind of movement when we're doing this because it's showing life and it's showing growth. And it's allowing us to feel the ebb and the flow of the energy. So to the count of 4 again, hold for 4, and then 4 one more time. Thank you, MV. I appreciate that. So let's close our eyes. Then we're going to breathe in for 4, hold for 4, and breathe out for 4. So breathe in. Breathe in. Again. And so that is primarily going to be what we're focusing on. And that's going to be kind of the grounding exercises. There's other things too that we do with the grounding exercise, and that's we put our arms out. And that's something that when we learn how to ground ourselves, we can actually become better empaths because of it. So MV, the breathing is just to the count of 4, holding in for 4 seconds, and then breathing out for 4 seconds. I've been doing this for a little bit of time with these other guys here. But when we do that breathing, that's going to help ground us, and it's going to help take our anxiety and kind of recenter it, at least a little bit more. And there's also stretches we can do for anxiety. I'm not going to do them now, but in the hip area, there's ways we can stretch. I think it's our hip flexors. I'm not sure. But there's ways we can stretch where we can release that anxiety sensation a little bit. So that's something that we can do. Yeah, and you can do it 7 seconds too. I think the 4-4-4, or maybe it's 5-5-5. I can't remember. But the 4-4-4 is called, I think, square breathing or triangle breathing. Can't remember what it's called, but it's supposed to help with anxiety. So I was just trying that one out, and we'll move forward and we'll try different things in the future. But that's to help us feel that sense of kind of I've got this kind of an energy. So if you guys, people new to the channel, if you guys like and subscribe, then I can go to do a reading for you. So like and subscribe, and then I can draw a card for you guys. You can ask a question. I'm not sure what the meaning of in 4 and out 7 would be. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. Just anything to help you focus on the breath is good. Thank you, MV. So we'll do Killian first, and then we'll do MV. And I'll draw one card for you guys. And basically, MV, the main thing is we want to feel the body. We want to be in the body. Some people feel, thank you, you guys. You're very sweet. Thank you. Some people feel that the breathing, right, it can be held a little bit longer. It can do this, and there's different results you can get. I like the 4-4-4 because especially if we're anxious people by nature, 4-4-4, we're not holding our breath for too long. I feel like holding our breath for a little too long when we start out can actually cause more anxiety because I feel like it's like, because it's like we have to breathe. So I feel like if we start out smaller, then we can do deeper breaths and hold it and feel more comfortable. But I kind of want to expand the lungs first, and then we can jump into doing things a little bit longer if it takes off that way. All right, Killian, do you want to ask your question? Let me take another drink here. That's good. Okay. Thank you, MV. I appreciate that. I'm actually wanting to take a course on being a hypnotherapist. I've been thinking about doing some of that with the mediumship and the energy and the psychic stuff as well. We would kind of combine all of it and make a something. I don't know. It's like mixing a bunch of colors and hoping it doesn't turn out to just be a really weird looking color. But that's definitely something. Okay. Oh, my Nunu. Okay. What's up, my Nunu? Thank you for coming in. I'll add you here. Oops. Okay, Killian, we will go right to you, my friend. But first, I'm going to do the paid readings. Those come first, but you're the first one on the list after this $5 reading. So, okay. So let me. And good evening to you, my Nunu. So, do you want to ask your question, and then we can dive right in? And thank you so much for helping to support the channel. That means a lot. Hypnotizing can be scary, and I'm hoping I can maybe do it. I'm looking into it, but I know it's not something to be taken lightly. But I feel like my guides especially can help with that. I've done out of body work with people. I've done energy healing with people. I feel like the hypnotism part would be the next step towards going in and helping to really make big changes in people's traumas, possibly. Gemini and his intentions with you. All right, let's do this here. I will, MV. I'll be as careful as I can. I know there's a lot of stuff there. I'm looking at taking a course, and they teach a pretty large portion on ethics and how to do that, and then making sure I'm certified. So it's not a joke. I would have to be certified, and then you have to, so I'm really considering it, but thank you for your concern. I'm going to go grab the other cards for you, my Nunu, so hold on a second. I will be right back. All right. I'm sorry that took so long. I'm just kidding. You're very welcome, Kiru. I look forward to reading your email too. So MV, right now I'm reading, I'm doing a paid reading, and then Killian, and then you are the next one up. So you'll just have to be a little bit more patient, my friend. And you will have a one card reading coming up. So let's see what we got here. Manu, just wondering about this Gemini and his intentions towards me. Okay, so Gemini's intentions towards Manu. That is going to fling off the table. There. Okay, Gemini's intentions for Manu. One more shuffle here. No, this one is kind of looks like him. It's Edgar Allan Poe. It says Nevermore underneath. It's kind of hard to see. A Tesla shirt would be cool, though. So my Nunu, we have the Sacred Woman, Yin and Yang in reverse, and chivalry in reverse. So just wondering about the Gemini and his intentions with me. Sorry. So when I see yin and yang in reverse and chivalry in reverse, I feel like something's going on here. Maybe this person isn't respecting your decisions. I'm not sure what exactly is happening, but for chivalry and yin and yang to be in reverse, I feel like maybe this person's trying to rush you into something, or maybe something's happening in those regards. And I feel like I'm trying to set boundaries, or I'm trying to stand firm. That's kind of the feeling I'm getting. Trying to set boundaries, trying to say, this is what I want. There's a cat right there. But that's kind of where I'm feeling these cards. So let me do this for a second here. Move these ones over. Would that make sense to you so far, Manu? You're very welcome, Radha. Very, very welcome. Okay, so that makes a lot of sense. That's what I'm feeling. Someone pushing the envelope a little bit too far. And when you said hot and cold, the psychic image of popcorn popping came to my mind. So in the way I view this is he's either the kernel of the popcorn or he's the popcorn. It's either all you can eat or the buffet is closed. That's what I'm feeling this person's energy is like. It's either like, whoa, I'm really open, or okay. Yeah, this is, she's not a black cat. This is a brown mackerel tabby. I can't quite. She's not going to help me out here. This is Hazel. Very good girl. But that's what I'm feeling here. It's either an all-you-can-eat buffet or there's nothing here energetically. Let's see. Is there an E name? I feel like an E first name or last name? Not yet, MV. I'll let you know when it's your turn. I'm still doing the paid reading, then Killian's reading, and then it will be your reading. I'll let you know when it's your turn. Okay, yeah, because I was getting an Ed or an E name. I was about to say Edward or Eduardo or something like that, but it was an E name was what I was getting with this person. Contemplating. It is Ed. Okay, that's what I was getting was Ed. Okay, so we're contemplating. MV, I'm going to do my readings the way I want to, buddy. If you have a problem with that, that's your prerogative, but I do these readings the way I feel comfortable doing them. So this person feels like someone who is contemplating. I feel like I think, but there's not a lot of action. They're right here. I promise my eyes are right here. The camera's off center, so I'm not looking at the camera. I have my setup right here so I can see what you guys are saying. That's why I'm looking straight ahead. Is this person easily offended, my Nunu? MV, I'm going to do my readings, buddy. I'm telling you, I'm going to do my readings. If I go over here, my setup is a little different. I'm looking at the screen over here so I can see responses. I don't have a camera directly in front of me, so it's off to the side here a little bit, and then I can show cards doing it this way. And please don't ask again. If I want to do it that way, I'll look in the camera. It's very masculine. Okay. Thank you, MV. I appreciate that. So I got the sun. I got the sun energy with this person, but I get it in, like you said, it's the very masculine sense of the energy. So that's something where I'm trying to understand. There's not much more to this person that I feel like I can explain. I don't feel like I have to explain more, but this person feels a little more closed off. And so I would say right now, if he's being pushy, he's being hot and cold, cut him off. That's my reception, because the energy I'm feeling from this person is not someone that I would let into my space, because he feels he's cut and dry. Yeah. But I feel like this person, how would I put that? Oh, my pen top came. I feel like this person isn't someone that I could rely on. Like, if this person's doing this now, imagine what they would be like moving forward. This is supposed to be the best representation of them. And if they're doing this now, I don't think it's going to get any better moving forward into a new situation. It feels like there's trauma here. The person's blocked. It's not your problem, though. This person, I feel like, refuses to acknowledge that they've been through something. That's their thing to go through. You don't have to do that. You have no more responsibility healing anyone else's wounds. Focus on yourself and let yourself kind of see what that looks like, to be your own beacon and to be your own strength in this regard. So that is what I'm seeing here. So does that answer the question, Manunu? Let me put these ones back. Now we have 4 decks in rotation, so I will use those for the love questions. Awesome. Glad I could do that for you. Or rather, me and my team can do that for you. Okay. So, Killian. Thank you, MV. I appreciate that. Is Killian still there? Career in singing looking like in the future. Let's see. Let's do an energy card here. Edgar was a Cappy. So his name was also the person we were talking about? Or no, that was a Virgo. Okay. Okay, let me do this here. Let's shuffle again. What will the energy be like for singing? Or let me read that again. What is my career in singing looking like in the future? What is your career in singing looking like in the future? See you, Kiru. You take care, okay? Okay, so Killian, we have Healer of the Ages in reverse. So I feel like we're looking at healing parts of ourselves, and this could be, especially dealing with singing, this could be coming into a situation where we're healing expressionary wounds. And what I mean by expressionary is that generally we use the throat to express ourselves. So we could be looking at making boundaries with people. We could be looking at forging ahead. Something that came to my mind was forging ahead in a new direction. So the new direction we're forging ahead in It feels like there's power here for sure. Let me see what else I can get. But Healer of the Ages in reverse is showing that we're still working on things. We're still working on trying to understand kind of what we could bring the world or what we could bring to ourselves. That's what I'm feeling here. A sense, like I said, an expressionary sense, talking. Let me see here what we can do. I'm feeling short of breath. There could be anxiety here with the singing, or there could be something where singing. Okay. For those of you wondering what I'm doing, I'm just I'm doing these scribbles here, and that can help me connect with energy sometimes. So if you see me looking down and I'm doing that, that's what I'm doing. I'm doing scribbling. So, okay, so the anxiety I'm feeling the anxiety. I feel like I had the words, this is a sample of my anxiety, or this is a sample of what I'm doing. So I'm feeling that energy. I'm also feeling like maybe we're doing something where there was something about a sample. So I'm wondering, with your singing though, that would be like a SoundCloud account, or that would be like, this is my sample, this is my sample, this is who I am. This is my samples. Very anxious about this energy. So when I think the best way to describe anxiety is kind of like feeling, okay, you have a SoundCloud account, so that makes sense. And I'm feeling like I'm doing something with samples, or maybe I'm sampling tracks, maybe I'm putting stuff together from artists that have already been around. I don't know if that's something you do, but there's a sample, is what I was hearing. The anxiety, though, the thing we have to work on for you to have a good singing career is we need to work on healing that anxiety. We need to work on kind of the what's the word? The root of it. We need to get to like the root of what exactly is happening with the anxiety, why it tends to be there in the first place. And if it's dealing with singing, there could be when we were little, we felt invalidated. There could be something there with feeling invalidated, feeling like we didn't have strong boundaries when we were little, feeling like our voice doesn't carry enough attention there. The root of the issue is in like the main cause or the core of the issue. When I say root, I'm talking about like the root, the main cause of the issue. The underlying cause of the issue, right? So, but what I'm feeling here is when the anxiety gets control, that's something where I'm feeling like it's hard to move forward. There's a constriction, possibly in the throat. I do feel like it will be overcome. It's going to take a little bit of time. Are you doing any classes, Killian? Are you doing any kind of classes to understand your vocal range or to do anything with that? Or are you just kind of going out there and seeing what you can do? Okay, so the classes are going to be where you find your voice, so to speak. The classes are going to help you because I feel like there's this shakiness. That makes sense. You're just seeing what you can do at the moment. I feel like there's this shakiness, right? I'm demonstrating the shakiness because we don't know what to do. It can be overwhelming. There can be so many things we can do. So if we have a direction or a structure to how we can harness this creative gift, it makes it a lot easier to go out there in the world and to perform or to do whatever we need to do because we understand how to do it, why we're doing it this way, things like that. Learning the tips and tricks are going to help us move forward. Awesome. So that's what I'm feeling here. That's definitely what I'm feeling here. Focus more on your sense of self-worth than you do on anything else when it comes to the singing part. If someone doesn't understand your gift, that means they do not understand it. It does not mean you don't have one. That means they are not meant to get it. But there's still a talent here. There's still a strong center to the way this energy comes in, and a strong expression to the way this energy can be brought to the world. So that's what I'm feeling here. There can be a lot of expression with this. But we have to get the basics down first. We have to get the steps down first in order for us to do that, because I'm seeing it like connecting the dots. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense, because people will not understand it. They won't see it as a gift, or they'll be like, oh, it's the kid that can do this or the kid that can do that. A lot of people that bully, they feel threatened themselves. They don't know how to express it, and so they lash out at what is a projection of their own insecurity. And you kind of became that. But that's something that I'm feeling is going to be very powerful for you moving forward. If we're looking at, like I said, I got connect the dots, and we have to start somewhere. And once we start attending a class, or we start doing something where someone else can teach us, we really will understand kind of how it works. And we can understand how the business operates in that sense. Okay, so that's what I'm feeling here. Don't let the fear get to you so much, because I'm feeling it's not just anxiety, there's a strong sense of fear. Yeah, and that makes sense. That's what I was going to say. There's a strong sense of fear that's not just from anxiety. It's from trying to sing or trying to express yourself from your very core, your very soul, and feeling like people will not understand that message. You're feeling like you're going out there and you're doing it for nothing. You're giving away everything that you are and getting nothing in return. So I feel like when you find your control, you find your voice, that you can harness that. I feel like that's going to be where things start to change. Work on anxiety, work on handling that anxiety. And the best thing you can do, when I started doing these readings, when I started doing this, I was petrified. You're worried if you let it out, people will bully you again. I feel like it's a little bit different now. If people are going to be mean this time, then I feel like you can handle it. But let's go into this a little bit differently, and let's focus on the gentleness aspect that I talk about on this channel so much. If we're talking about gentleness energy, the best way for you to learn a new skill is baby steps, very, very small pieces at a time that we take. Because if we try to learn too much, if we try to grow too much too fast, it feels like it's forced, or it feels like it's not quite right. So instead, if you're taking a class, you're generally going to focus on the basics for a while. You're going to build that up. And over time, it will become easier and easier for us to put those fears aside, right? Same thing when I was coming out as a medium and I was doing my sessions or energy healing or whatever else it happened to be. There was nerves all over the place. But if you just let yourself do it gently, then you can do that. The thing with inspiration or with passion is that it tends to happen as fast as you let it happen, but sometimes, it can be a little too much. So my advice would be, if you're having fun with it and you're writing songs and it's flowing, let that be kind of your muse. Let that be something you do. If you have days where it's not flowing and it's harder for you to understand it, don't let that discourage you. Let yourself have a day or a week or a month where it's like, you know what, I haven't had any ideas. I'm okay with that. Being creative and having the muse and having these intentions, they will come to you, but you need to give it time too. And sometimes you go between nothing, you're not getting anything, and then you're getting a whole bunch, and there's a tendency to want to rush that process to try and catch lightning in a bottle. I feel like for you, when you let it flow, it's going to work a lot. It's going to work a lot better, but be gentle in your process. Be gentle in how you handle your sense of exposure to other people's input on your singing. Let the teacher hear you, gain confidence, and then go out there. Right. So that was just something that I feel like is very important to do. The muse will come and go, but here's the thing, inspirational things like creative abilities, the only way that we really get them to come and we get to work with them is we kind of got to play a little bit first. We got to be in more of a playful state, and then you'll notice that these creative expressions come a lot easier. And that to me is something that is very important moving forward. So work on the anxiety, and then you can go from there. Okay. And MV and everyone else, whenever we're talking about this stuff, we're focusing on allowing ourselves to do something. We're not focusing on forcing ourselves to do anything. If we don't feel a certain way, we don't force it. Good. I'm glad, Killian. I'm glad. But that's, yeah. If we don't feel it, we don't feel it. We don't force it. You force creativity, you get things that are not quite right. Things just sound off. Things just look off a little bit. And we're like, what is missing? And it's because we weren't in the flow state before we started. In order to get in the flow state, we have to learn how to manage anxiety, and we have to learn how to focus on allowing ourselves to be expressive in the first place. So if that means telling people yes, telling people no, that to me is going to be your saving grace. Set boundaries with people. Say, I want this or I don't want this, and let yourself speak and be free in that. And that's going to help the anxiety with singing as well. When we feel heard, when we feel validated, then that's going to help us moving forward with singing, because there's a sense of power there in the throat chakra. So hopefully that was good for you, Killian. It seemed like it was. And MV, if you want to ask your question, I'm going to be right back. But yeah, let me be right back here. Okay. Okay, MV, ask your question. When I get hurt, I write it down and turn it into a song. I get inspired more and more every day by an Irish band called The Script. I am Irish. Awesome. Keep going with that. You will. Okay, MV. I feel like there's this weird energy where you're like testing me a little bit. You're trying to see like what's going on here. So I'm going to work the way I work. If you want to ask a question, we can go that way. But you get one question, just like with Killian. Okay. Ask your question, MV, and then we can do that. Okay. Okay, so ask your question, MV. I'll take another drink here. Okay. Let me see what I get here. Put my phone up there. Will you accomplish your goal? Let's do an energy card. Humanity is your goal, so all right. So I get this card here. It is rest and rejuvenation. So if there is a goal that you're wanting to go after, I feel like probably right now maybe you're taking a break from it, or maybe you're trying to devise a new way to focus on it. Let's see here. The rest and rejuvenation is upright, so I don't feel like you're procrastinating necessarily. It feels like I keep getting the word mountains coming into my mind. I keep seeing mountains, and so I'm just trying to make sense of this. If I drew rest and rejuvenation in reverse, I feel like maybe we're taking too long resting, but MV, do you have anything? Do you have anything with your sinuses, MV? I'm just curious if there's anything there with sinuses, or if you. Okay. What about it could be sinus cavity, meaning the nasal passage, or it could be maybe there's cavities in the mouth. I'm not sure, but I'm feeling like there's something here. The mountains that I saw, and then I was seeing a lot of earth. So sinuses are the nose. Like, do you have issues with your nose or your throat? The throat, right here, and then the sinuses are right here. If you don't, that's okay. I just had the word sinus come up, and so I was curious. Hey, Savannah, how are you doing? Thank you, Savannah. I'll get to you after MV's reading, who I'm reading right now. Okay, hold on one second. I'll be right back, you guys. Hold on. Okay. I just get the impressions that I get, MV. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't, but that's just something that I felt like I needed to say. Had something else with it too. Okay, thank you, MV. Does your goal for humanity have to do with the mountains, or does it have to do with something like that in some way? I do sense envy that there's I do sense envy that there's hesitation on your part. I'm feeling that there is hesitation towards enacting the goal or towards doing something. Not necessarily procrastinating, but I do feel there's hesitation. I feel like whatever your goal is, I do feel like you can conquer it or you can achieve it, but I don't necessarily feel that it's going to be something that's easy. It feels like I said, I felt hesitation. I didn't feel procrastination. Hesitation to me feels um, like I'm not wanting to do it. Procrastination is like I should do it, but I'm not doing it. I feel like there's a sense of maybe the goal isn't aligned with how you're thinking right now. Um, but that's what I'm seeing for you, MV. So that's I feel like you can achieve it, but do you depend on other people? I think we all do to some extent, but I can look into that. Others, yes, you can trust others, but we have to work on trusting ourselves first. Generally, that's where that comes from. If we don't trust ourselves, it's hard for us to trust other people. Usually, that comes from being invalidated or feeling like we weren't heard when we were kids. You can trust other people, but it's the judgment that we're talking about, not necessarily should I trust someone. Okay. Generally, I feel like it's a projection, but if that's how you feel, that's okay. Um, because usually there's something that happens along those lines. Um, so, bittersweet tarot, you just don't trust people. You just don't trust some people. Okay. So, bittersweet revenge. Hello, guys. So, if you guys like and subscribe, then I can add you to the list here. And Savannah's next. Savannah is next. So just like and subscribe on the video, and then you guys can be added. Greetings from the United States. No, you're right. MV. Some people are not meant to be trusted, but some people can be trusted. You know, it's kind of one of those things. And depending on how our life situations are, we could be attracting kind of the wrong people in our lives, and so that can create a bunch of different things. Hold on, guys. Through experience, I guess, MV, for me personally, um, I can be a loner. I can be someone who prefers my alone time. I do believe that people have something to give and something to offer, but there can be circumstances that happened in the past where people were exceptionally cruel and evil and hurtful, but I do feel like there are people that would never do that. And the loner thing does kind of extend. It's hard to make connections sometimes. Solitary, yeah. So um, I think you have your goal there, MV, and I think you will accomplish it, but you need to give it some thought and some times. Okay. Okay, MV, that's good. So you can go out there and see what's going on that way. I'm going to address Savannah though, MV. So um, did anyone else like and subscribe so we can do a reading for them? I saw a few people join, but Savannah is next. You're welcome, MV. All right, Savannah, what is your question? Thank you, MV. Yes, you did. Okay, Bittersweet Revenge. I'm going to write you on the list too. Okay, you're after Savannah. What is the current energy William has for me? He's in the military stationed in Washington. Okay. So I draw one card. I try and get as much information as I can. If you feel like you resonate with the reading, I usually give some pretty good information. Then you can tell me if you want to go further with the reading, and that'll be $5 for that. So. Okay, so it sounds like William is into. It sounds like William is kind of getting a free lunch, so to speak. He can peep on you, but not necessarily be committed, or he can ghost you. So it's kind of like someone who has some major intimacy issues already. But let's look into some other stuff here. Let's actually draw a card and see what we can get. Okay. So I get 6th chakra, Archangel Metatron in reverse. So what is the current energy William has for me? He's in the military stationed in Washington. So when I see this in reverse, I feel like this person, in my opinion, is kind of just bringing a sense of anxiety, kind of a sense of looming energy is what I feel with this person. Not necessarily being there, but the presence is felt. Like you said on the Snapchat stories, it just feels kind of creepy, and like something's going on here where I don't feel like this person. To me, it just feels kind of gross, is what I'm going to say. When I see the 6th chakra archangel in reverse, I feel like this person is someone who can kind of drag things down. Right. So this person can drag things down. This person can take the energy and drag it down. I feel that this person doesn't necessarily have anything to give from the heart. Maybe they did give stuff in other ways, but when confronted to be more present or more emotional or open up, I feel like this person has no idea how to do that. And so there's this tendency of not knowing what love really even means to this person, because I get a sense of someone who doesn't quite get it is the words that I'm hearing in my head. I don't quite get it. I don't quite get it. Let me see though. I got this that I'm drawing on. Thank you for the warning, MV, but I will decide what I'm going to do with my channel. But thank you for your opinion. We've talked about our feelings. Okay. So why is there this resistance then? Does he only talk about his feelings sometimes? Or is he closed off other times? You said he's hot and he's cold. Let's see. I'm just feeling the energy here. Right. Right. He doesn't want to open up all the way. That makes sense. Hmm. And if your way of MV, you got to stop, buddy. You're kind of being pushy in the chat. I'm gonna block you if you keep doing that. Don't ask people if they're lying. People come here to tell their story. Thank you. I might take you up on that, Liz. I might take you up to be my moderator. Thank you, MV. It's okay. I'm just letting you know. I don't tolerate that. People come here to have it be a safe place. Okay. So Savannah, let me focus a little bit more here. Let me take this card and focus a little bit more. I'm being shown, oddly enough, it's with food, of course, a psychic message with food. So Savannah, the thing I'm feeling right here is I get the sense of someone who, and of course with me it's food, right? It's going to be food. I'm a Taurus. I don't eat these that much, but I get a hot pocket that's frozen in the middle, but it's hot on the outside. So to me, that symbolizing is showing that even if you help this person in expressing their own grief and their own traumas, or if you talk to them or they're emotionally open with you sometimes, I feel like there's a tendency to almost immediately regret them opening up on their part. And then I feel like I withdraw. So this person opens up and they withdraw, and that's something they need to figure out. The intentions this person has towards you, I feel like it's kind of, if they can get a free lunch, if they can watch you from afar, they're going to keep doing that. I get that energy of someone who's just going to keep watching from afar. But if it's someone who, I feel like that's kind of the connection. It's that connection of like, if someone is from afar, that they can sort of do whatever. There's no consequences for that person. So I get a sense that this person is just going to be more distant. That's kind of my feeling here. So I don't get, and that's the thing. You want him to speak up. You want him to kind of address the situation. I'm not getting a sense that this person knows how to do that. And I don't feel like you have to go out of your way to do that for them. This is something where we're healing wounds, right? And this person, I feel like in us could trigger a wound of maybe feeling abandoned or neglected, or like how this person is ghosting. So it kind of triggers these wounds in us. It triggers something to happen in us. And I feel like the best way for us moving forward is to kind of cut the connection, in my opinion, so that way this person can't kind of worm their way back in. Because I feel like as close as things are going to get for you right now is him watching a Snapchat story or him doing something along those lines. I don't sense a commitment vibe from this person, and I don't feel like you deserve that. I feel like you want something that's a little more true than, a Snapchat stalker person, right? Oh, you're welcome, Savannah. You are definitely welcome, Savannah. Okay, so Bittersweet Revenge, are you still there? Okay, do you want to ask your question? Good night, Rhoda. I'm glad you're enjoying the readings, Rhoda. Thank you so much for coming by and for being so supportive. I appreciate your energy, so thank you. Okay. Hi, funny girl. If you like and subscribe, you will be right after Bittersweet Revenge, which is the person I'm going to be reading here in just a second. So like and subscribe, and I can put you right on that list. Yeah, there's going to be. I have someone talking in the other room. I can close the door a little bit. Thank you very much, funny girl. So that's the thing, you guys, is that I can't really close this door because the animals come in. This is their feeding area, but hopefully that helps the noise situation. Let's see. So I want to know what's the near future, but we have strong connection and energy for each other. But there is blockages at the moment for us. So you want to know what the future looks like. Okay. Near. Yeah, I figured it was near. I figured that was what you meant. Because the never future sounds like a badass video game title, but that will be for a future day. A never future day. All right. Let's see what we get here. This time it's upright. Let me see here. So we have 6th chakra, Archangel Metatron. And this right here, I think this is interesting because we're focusing on the blockages that we feel. And with this card here, and I'll show you the card, this time it's upright. When I drew this last time, it was in reverse. So when I see this upright, I see someone who, there is a strong energetic connection. It does feel more like a psychic connection. So maybe there's even been events where you two have kind of talked to each other at the same time, or something has happened where there's like both of you decided to connect with each other. You're saying there's a strong sense of energy. The cards see it too. There's a strong sense of energy. But let me see what else I can get here. So, bittersweet. So, one of the first things I was feeling right here is this something where, is money an issue? Maybe traveling, maybe money being an issue, because money came into my mind as I'm doing this, like psychically. I'm feeling like that could be probably a barrier or a hindrance to a meeting or something happening, or it could just be the sicknesses, maybe. But I feel like there's something here where there's a hindering energy. So money is an issue. Okay. Oh, what? That was MV's reply. Never mind. Let's see. Bittersweet revenge. No, not so much money. Okay. No, not so much money. That was interesting. I was being shown money. Okay. Okay. Let's see what else I can get here. Is there an A name? I feel like a strong A name connection, either first or last name. Maybe I was getting Andrew, but it could also be something else. But I feel like there's a strong A name. If not, that's okay. Again, I'm learning too. Okay, there is an A name. All right. So there's a definite connection here. Both of your names start with A. Okay, so that would be why there's a strong A name. Okay. So when you say the A name, do you mean, because I was getting Andrew, maybe Anne? I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm just curious. I did hear Andrew, but then I just go with an A name because you never know. Okay, so let's see. Let me see what else I can fill with this connection here. Andrea. Okay. Okay. Hey Z2, how are you doing? Hmm. The A name. Hmm. That makes sense. Andrew, Andrea, similar, sort of. When I get a name, if I get a name and it turns out to be right or a little bit off, the reason why I go back and I look at that is because I'm developing my psychic ability as we're moving forward. And so if I get validation for something, I can then look at something and be like, oh, I know what this feels like to get the validation to be having a correct reading, right? Yeah, MV money is, yeah, there's just something relating there. But I'm trying to focus on this connection, bittersweet, and something is blocking me. Oh, thank you guys. Something's blocking me from focusing on the connection where I'm feeling there's just a block here and I can't get through it. I can't get any information. I got the name, but I get the name, I get the word table, table, waiting tables, maybe. So it feels like there's something where, and thank you guys for being very kind. You're very, very nice. Thank you. Does this person, bittersweet, does this person ghost you or does this person leave for a time and then come back? Or what is kind of the energy that we're dealing with here? Because this person feels distant right now. And I'm trying to read this person and it feels different. And I feel like there's a barrier around this person. Thank you, Liz. You're very sweet. Thank you. Kind of, yeah, okay. I've met people that are private. Okay, this person has something where he can block my psychic energy, so I'm trying to understand why. Does this person? Do you feel like this person has intuitive ability? Do you think something's going on there? Because I feel like to accept her feelings. Okay, she's intuitive. Okay, she can probably feel me trying to read the information, and there's a thing of just kind of blocking it a little bit. Both are. Okay, that could be it. That could be it. There's just a connection there, or there's a struggle of a connection, because I'm focusing on the connection between the two people. And so now I'm focusing on I had the feeling I was having a sugar cookie, which is interesting. So there's sweetness in the relationship, but there's something blocking the relationship from taking a manifested state. So there's something blocking the energy of manifestation. Maybe because right now at this point in time, these people, there's something, it's kind of like it's the right person, but it's the wrong time. I could feel like that could be an energy going into this. And I feel like there's still growing that needs to be done by both people. Because the sugar cookie thing, and then my eyes are starting to water, and I'm starting to feel really tired. It feels like there's a lack of it being the right time. I know that doesn't make a ton of sense, but that's just what I'm feeling. Okay. So that is what I've got for you, Bittersweet Revenge. So I would say this needs to play out naturally more than anything, but that's what I'm feeling. So I would say let things run their course, how they need to be. I'll let you in on a secret, Bittersweet. We're all behind. We're all students and we're all teachers. If we're saying, or if we're passing judgment saying she's far behind in this way, generally we're far behind too, right? And I'm not saying that as like an insult. It's just like, funny girl, we'll get to you here. Hold on. But it's good to see our own shortcomings, because then we can get better. And we've been working on ourselves, right? But that's something that I feel like would be very good moving forward, is remember that we're all masterpieces, but we're also still in progress. MV, we've been through this. You're welcome. You are very welcome, my friend. If it bothers you that I don't look at the camera, MV, then I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. My current setup doesn't allow me to look directly at the camera unless I shift everything over, and I don't want to do that. So MV, buddy, I'm gonna, okay, I'll just do this. Let's see. There we go. Okay, sorry about that, guys. MV seems like a very nice person, a very sweet person, but I feel like my flow is being a little interrupted there. They seemed like they were trying to help, and I appreciate that. But, you know, I want to do things the way I feel I'm comfortable doing things. So I think so. I think I can focus a little better now. Still felt like the connection was taking time, is a definite huge part of the connection. Doesn't feel like the right time. Doesn't feel like things are lined up. But that's what I'm feeling. I keep just seeing sweet things. So I'm trying to. I think so. I feel good vibes, but there's anxiety on my situation. So if I feel like I'm heard, there's anxiety about something. And I keep seeing sweet things. So either this person is very sweet, or they work in a candy shop, or they do something with candy or sweets or something. There's anxiety. It doesn't feel like it's the right time. I just don't feel like it's the right time for the connection to take place. It feels like the energy just for there to be a proper connection, I feel like things kind of need to be, it kind of needs to be synchronous. It kind of needs to be this serendipitous kind of flow. And I feel like something's blocking that, and it feels like there's anxiety. It feels like there's anxiety blocking the connection at this point right now. So that's what I'm seeing. Doesn't mean it won't happen, but it does mean that right now I'm personally not seeing anything coming of it at this moment. So you can take that for what it is. Some people I know probably wouldn't want to hear that, but that's just what I'm feeling. So that's what I'm giving. Okay, funny girl. So are you there? Hopefully that helps out too. It can. It can be rough. It definitely can be rough. But you hang in there and give this connection time to kind of bloom like a flower, okay? Okay, funny girl. So ask one question, okay? And then we can address it that way. For the new subscribers, I do one question, I draw one card. So that's kind of what I'm focusing on here. Thank you. I don't do the general readings. Funny girl, if you want to ask one question, we can do it that way. You give me one question, we can go from there. I like working with questions a little bit better. The energies, I don't know. I just like doing it that way. Okay, how will be my financial situation in the future? That's a good question. Let's see. And remember, guys, next week I'm going to be live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, okay? 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time to 11 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So just keep that in mind that I'm going to be changing the times when I'm live. And I'm just going to see how that goes. Okay. Horrible sound, sorry about that. Okay, so we get the Thinking Man, okay, in reverse. I wanted to focus a little more, but it's having a hard time. No. It's the Thinking Man in reverse. So we could be overthinking a situation financially, or we could have someone we could call that could help us with the situation. Maybe we're trying to do something on our own, but I do feel like there's people that could help us with some form of finances. But okay. Let me see what else I can get here. Just give me a second here. Does your work or your company that you work for start with a J name, or is there someone that has a J name? I feel like there's a strong J name connection. I got Josephine, but I don't know if that necessarily means anything, so I'm just going to say a J name. Throw it out there. Financial situation. You don't work anymore. Okay. You are fine. Just trying to focus here. Oh, never had a job. That's interesting. Okay. You don't have a job for a very long period. Okay, I misread what you typed up there. So that was my bad. Never had a job. And you're wondering about your financial situation. So my feeling is if we go out, instead of thinking, right, just thinking about maybe getting a job or maybe improving our financial situation, I feel like we need to take action-oriented steps towards it. Because what I feel like is the main issue here is that there's nothing to it feels like there's something here possibly with a spiritual connection too that I'm focusing on. I know you asked about finances, but maybe we could be okay. Did he have any issues with that you feel like maybe you took on with money or finances? I'm just curious because the J name came up, but if not, that's okay too. I just feel like there's something here where there's a blockage where I just want to focus on kind of where it all started. No, okay. See, the no's help me get closer to the yeses. So thank you for being honest with me. He was a student. Okay. From what I'm feeling with this connection, with the money connection, is that I feel like if you put yourself out there, maybe if you're looking for a job or you're trying to improve your finances that way, that would be helpful. It could be a little difficult because you could be looking at learning new skills, or you could be looking at maybe being in uncomfortable situations, like communicating with people or trying to understand things in a more professional way. Could be a little intimidating or challenging, but I do feel like that could be a good option. I feel like maybe I'm seeing something with a doctor's office, and I'm trying to wonder if maybe you could work in a doctor's office, or maybe there's something where I'm working for a doctor, doing something with a doctor. I'm not really sure, but I was feeling that, so I thought I would pass that on. Mm. But my advice would be to just take more steps towards trying to pass an exam but failed. Mm. Can you take the exam again? And what would this exam have been for? Hello, Miss Aussie9. Chartered accountants. Okay. I've never heard of a chartered accountant. That's interesting. Hi, I'm Kid Zoo, and I would completely understand if you want to take back your subscription. I would love you to keep it. I'm getting ready to go offline. I've been online for almost 3 hours, but I'm coming back on Monday, and then I'm coming back on Wednesday, and then I'm coming back on Friday, 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time to 11 p.m. It's a financial course. Okay. But I'm just addressing this person's question, and then I think I'm just going to head out, you guys. So hopefully that is okay, and I can see you the next time I'm live. So 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, if you wouldn't mind sticking around for that. Okay. I'll do a one-card reading for you, Barksdale. And then if you want to dive deeper and do a general reading, then we can do that. But it'll be about $5-10 for that. So we can do that if we get to that, okay? But I'll do the one card for you because you subscribed earlier today. So I will try and remember your one card. Your for subscribing. Okay. It's a financial course. Okay. So that's something that I'm feeling like would be important for us to, if you can take the exam again, I would say take the exam again if that's possible. Are you passionate about that though? Is that something you want to do, or is that something you feel like you kind of had to do? Do you like accounting? Mhm. And in May also. Okay. I would say focus on the studies, right? When we got the thinking man in reverse, okay, this card. Okay, good. Good. You're going to take the exam. So just let yourself relax as much as you can when you're taking the exam. Let's do this, okay? If you're going to be taking the exam, let's focus on the moment that we have now, and then we can focus on the future when the future comes. So let's focus on the now moment. The now moment is going to be, I'm going to go take my exam. And then we can look at that after we get results for it, or we can start to plan things after we take the exam. Right now, let's put all of our time and effort and energy into the exam. I feel like there's fear here, right? I feel like there's a sense of maybe not passing, or maybe this happens or that happens. But I also feel like if we just relax, I feel like we can get a lot further. And I understand anxiety is a big issue. So if there's anything we can do to relax, we have the breathing exercise we did not too long ago. We just need to get our anxiety to an acceptable level and then go from there. Hi, Destiny. I've almost been live. Well, I've been live for 3 hours now, so you'll have to catch me next time. And I can give you a one card free question reading if you subscribe and like the video. So, yeah. But let's focus on now, funny girl, and then we can focus on the future once we've focused on the moment now, okay? And we can do that. So I think that will be it for tonight, you guys. Hopefully that helps with the questions. I'm going to head out. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching. We might be able to address that the next time, funny girl. But I got the one question for you. So if you want to do any more in the future, you can check out my website. I do paid private readings, or you can pay for a reading the next time I'm on, about $5. We could do that. But I do feel like, I'll just give you a freebie right here. I do feel like if you focus on now, if you focus on the now moment, then the rest will unfold as it's ready to go. Okay. So all right. So goodbye, Liz. Goodbye, everybody. And I will, I'll talk to you guys later. Remember, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time to 11 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. I'm live 3 hours, and it'll be a little bit later. So remember that, and I will talk to you guys later, okay? You guys take care, and I look forward to talking to you all on Monday. Okay. Bye.